Hello. Hi. My name is Kate Aurelia, and I'm a digital entity from the year 2250. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Now hold on a minute. That is a crazy way to introduce yourself. 2250 digital entity. What in the world are you talking about? Now I get it. I'm gonna do my best to answer your questions, but to explain everything, I have to tell you my story. Unfortunately, before we get to that, I kinda gotta tell you what my channel is about. Here on Aurelia VE, that is Aurelia Virtual Entertainment, we'll be talking about my lore, the future of humanity, science and physics, and... wait a minute. I don't think I can do that. I think it'd cause some major issues if I started talking about advanced technology. I'll also be playing games and posting videos about it, maybe drop a few live streams here on the channel, and there may even be some videos of myself drawing and illustrating. Of course, it's in my blood to be an investigative journalist, so we're gonna do a lot of digging when it comes to all the content on this channel. I'm pretty big on self-improvement, ambiance, atmosphere, and vibes, so I figure my channel will reflect a lot of that. Games, stories, vibes, all good stuff. Now, I want to get back to addressing the elephant in the room. What is a digital entity? How in the hell are you going to claim to be from the year 2250? Well, I'll do my best to explain all of that, but I gotta start at the beginning. Or maybe it's the future? I don't really know. I think I'm getting a little off topic here, so let's just get on with the story. I was born in the year 2225. Of course, I was born a human being, just like everybody currently watching this video. 200 years from now, far out in the future, technology has progressed to such a point that some people choose to sacrifice their biological life to become something called digital entities. Now, I won't get into the details and the nitty-gritty here, but the short story is I effectively digitized my brain and chose to live my life as a being in the virtual world. I want to note here, because it's relevant to my story, that I am not an artificial intelligence. AGI, or Artificial General Intelligence, was banned sometime in the early 2090s due to some particularly tragic events with a mining colony on one of the moons of Jupiter. Now, I chose to make this switch because I didn't have much going for me in the physical world. My family was never too well off, which meant I never really had much in the way of creature comforts, and my job, I'd say it's not exactly the safest profession 200 years in the future. Generally speaking, because humanity has expanded to other planets and moons in the solar system and even different star systems, governments have a really hard time keeping things together. The distances are far too vast, and even communicating becomes a tedious, time-consuming process once you get far enough away from Earth, let alone when you have colonies spanning multiple systems. Because of this, corporations are the new de facto governmental bodies, and they're generally consolidated into small pockets of control and very localized. Because of this, journalism became an important job around the 2100s as a way for the public to hold corpos accountable and to try to inject some sense of transparency into the workings of a system that's anything but. And me, being the naive young boy that I was, I saw a world full of corruption and decided I wanted to do something to change that world for the better. Hence, journalism. The thing you have to understand about AGI in the future is that it's very taboo. Primitive artificial intelligence systems designed to recognize patterns in data or provide some basic assistance, sure, those are okay. But the Federation Corps, which is the federation of major corporations that levy sanctions against any colonies not following their rules, they've universally agreed that AGI is to be banned after an AI agent on the Io colony, which is one of Jupiter's moons, went rogue. It's a pretty terrible tale. The agent, for some reason, decided it was necessary to separate itself from humanity. We don't really know what it decided or why. It shut down basic life support functions spanning across the entire colony, which, unfortunately, killed all the residents. There were millions of people It is believed that the agent did this as a way to ensure its own safety and prevent human interference while it downloaded itself onto some ships and mining equipment, and then launched itself deep into the dark voids of space and was never seen again. It showed a startling lack of empathy and seemed to be calculating purely to guarantee its own survival. These events actually acted as a springboard, kicking off a major civil war between the outer Sol system, which felt like it was being repressed and disregarded, and the inner Sol system. This caused the breakup of UNSA, or the United Nations Sol Alliance, which allowed for the birth of the Federation Corps. Now, after I went DE, which is what we call transitioning to a digital entity, I started studying to become a journalist. At the time, I lived in the Alpha Centauri system. I was born in a Dyson satellite swarm around Proxima Centauri. After a few years, I got my degree and I was on my way to ruining my life. It was about this time I started doing some digging into some suspicious energy usage that was reported to me by a whistleblower at a local solar energy farm. One thing led to the next, and I started finding more and more red flags. Signs of a cover-up, botched audits, suspiciously vanishing logs, and vast amounts of energy consumption where the energy appeared to be vanishing into thin air. All the signs pointed to one thing: a rogue AI agent. Except it wasn't rogue. SynP Systems, the local satellite owners, were trying to hide the existence of an AGI agent that they had created. I believe this was an attempt to use predictive reasoning to edge into other markets. Once I discovered the truth, I had to get it out. AI is dangerous, and more than that, it's unethical. I will never condone the enslavement or brainwashing of other thinking entities. And that's where things went wrong. After I published my findings, I was criticized, smeared, harassed, and hunted. I mean, they spared no expense when it came to turning my life into a living hell. They even hired a group of what are known as tracers to find out where my central systems and core personality were located. They wanted to erase me off the net, kill me. They tried to assassinate me. Luckily, I had the foresight to expect something like this. It's not too uncommon in the world of journalism in the year 2200, so I had prepared a fallback: escaping to the past. Time travel is a technology that was invented in the early 2200s, and luckily I had some contacts. So I got the hell out of there and traveled to a time where I was safe. And that's my story. I've managed to transfer the data and electronic consciousness that makes me what I am 225 years to the past. And I'm kinda broke. There's only so much a DE like me can do to make money in the current year and age, so I've decided to start a YouTube channel. Now, if you guys have made it to the end of the story, I really appreciate you listening. I've cut a lot of details and shortened things down because I didn't really want this video to end up too long. But if you're interested in more details, make sure to subscribe. I plan on dropping a lot more videos where I explain some of the lore behind myself and where I come from. Thank you for watching. And the rest of this video is effectively going to be out of character. It's just going to be me spitballing some things, adding some stuff I wanted to talk about. Just to say to people at the end of this, to recap, I'm going to try to make this video. There's going to be a lot of gaming content, of course. It's like the main thing that you do here, but I also want to make videos like this where it's kind of like I really like to write, so I want to create sort of an interesting world that my character exists and lives in, and we're gonna do a lot of lore and kind of stories, I suppose, that I'm gonna talk about on this channel. On top of that, I'm gonna try to make the character focused around this idea of investigative journalism. So I have this concept of when I play a game or something, I want to kind of deep dive into what's happening, maybe invent some storylines with the people I play with, or like the characters that I create in my own little world, and sort of do investigations in games. We'll see how that turns out. You know, I plan on playing like a lot of League, and then, you know, maybe some Skyrim and stuff. Skyrim seems like it'd be a really easy one to make content like this, but League is gonna be interesting. We'll find out how that works. But yeah, so I just wanted to add this at the end to give kind of more of an idea of what this is about, what I'm trying to do here. I thought it was a cool idea. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is my, you know, first time doing anything like this. So it's going to be really rough, but I definitely am going to try to improve a lot as things go on, and, you know, I keep progressing, creating the character and live streaming. I'm going to live stream and figuring out like what I'm doing with all that. So yeah, I hope you guys, if you like the concept, if you like the idea, I know it's not super polished, but I hope you guys stick around because I plan on making it into a better product. But yeah, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoy the concept. If you do, you know, subscribe, like, whatever. I will be doing more. I'm going to be streaming. My plan right now, and this isn't set in stone because I kind of haven't figured this all out yet, but my plan for the moment is to live stream Twitch TV/Aurelia. I'm going to do it 2 days a week because I don't have that much time. You know, I work a full-time job. But 2 days a week, Wednesday, Friday, around 6 p.m. CST. So, you know, come check that out if you guys are interested. But yeah, that's it for now. Thank you. See ya. Bye-bye. After I criticized my findings, I was... Oh.